All right, everybody, welcome in. Welcome to the week. I hope you're doing well. We are back from our little trip, and that's a new doggy over there on the couch. My cousin's doggy, Oliver, and Charlie is here. They're doing really well. All right, let's see where we go for this week. This is for whoever needs to hear this message. Any zodiac signs that do show up, we'll explore that. So let's see. Can be for any zodiac sign. We're just checking with the energy of the week to see what might be coming around. All right, let's go. Let's just dive right in, shall we? Let's just dive right in. Okay. Say yes to your open door. Some opportunities coming in. See through the perfectly purple lens of your galactic destiny. I feel like that's having a new perspective, right? Your great wave awaits. So you might want to look at things. This is a little bit hanged man-y to me, that you're looking through a different lens. And this is an opportunity that's coming in that you may, in the past, have rejected or not thought it was a thing. Some of you may have rejected some really good people or opportunities or something like that, either to stay safe or to keep the status quo or something like that. This is going to require you to completely change your point of view, either on a person or on a career path, because there is something really good that comes from it. And if you've rejected it, for whatever reason, it doesn't matter. That's really saying to me that I feel like you just didn't see either its relevance or its importance, or it was so far off of your beaten path that you might have just been like, well, that isn't for me. Like, of course it's not for me. It's not on my path. And there's a difference between being in a rut or like, okay, I'm staying right on this path because this is my path, and realizing that the path can change and morph and transform and transcend and do all kinds of different and split off. I just feel like we think when we say something's on our path, I feel like sometimes we say that because it shows right up to us and it's familiar. Now, this is going to show right up to you, but it may not be familiar. So that's the difference here. And we'll explore that a little bit here. So 8 of Wands underneath. There's Libra energy in the Justice card. There's Leo energy right there. There's Aquarian energy. This is a thing or experience that you may have rejected or not done, chosen not to do, and it's coming back around. That's how you'll recognize it. Something coming back around to balance, to heal, to bring joy. And I feel like this is coming in quite quickly. The 8 of Wands here showing up. And it might require you to do a little healing work, or now it's time for healing work. Now that you feel balanced and a little happier, it doesn't always require that, when you're doing healing work, you're like, okay, I feel better. And so now I'm going to do more. But that's kind of what this is. I kind of like that. You're not having to come from some dark place. And if in the past you may have rejected doing healing work, well, I feel good. I don't need to do any healing work. Sometimes it's easier to do the healing work when you are feeling good, even though it might dredge up some old situations for you or whatever. I feel like you're stronger and more resilient in that feeling good place. And so you can take a look into some dark corners if you have a really bright lantern. And you'll still be safe, all right? It's possible in the past it wasn't safe to open this door. All right, you didn't feel safe about it or something. Fool, brand new path. King of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles, 6 of Cups, 6 of Pentacles. Wow, interesting. Ace of Cups, 7 of Wands, the 8 of Cups, and the King of Wands. Now, some of you may be pushing off from a situation that was very stable, and you may feel rickety. All right, you may feel rickety, or you may feel like, woo, I'm not going down that road because what if that happens? This is also like, hey, I know where I'm going, or I've been on this path before, but the thing that comes from it is not as good because it's not the new situation, right? Don't have a new invitation and then do the same thing with it. Right. It's about changing process or changing up what you're doing, changing how you're interacting with people, changing how you're interacting with an individual partner. So, for example, you could always be dealing with this King of Pentacles in a very collaborative kind of way. And if this person, if you aren't getting anywhere, it's not working really, you might feel more comfortable because you're being very balanced and even with this person and everything like that. But this person might require a little bit of a, hey, this is what is important to me, and might require a little more straight talk. I don't know about tough love, but a little more straight talk. I think you've been too accommodating, and that situation really is going to come to a close because there's nothing left in it. If you have been kind of beaten around the bush about leaving a relationship, and that has been financially stable for you or financially good for you, just know that it's no longer going to be. So if you're staying for that reason, this is a time of like real, I don't know, I just heard ultimate sacrifice, but real honesty with the self about, if I'm going to get onto a new path, I'm going to have to abandon a path that I thought was in the past was good for me. But in reality, it drained me. In reality, it wasn't good for me. It looked good on the outside, looked good on paper. They don't play the games on paper, right? This team looks great on paper. They don't play the games on paper. So I like this energy of being more balanced and being light and doing the healing work, because now I feel like you have more confidence to say, you know what, that doesn't work for me. That doesn't work for me anymore. I'm going to move on. Even if you're saying it to yourself, it doesn't have to be a person or a career or anything. You're like, this kind of behavior hasn't worked for me. It makes me feel stable and safe. But in order for me to get to this new phase of my life, I do have to take some risks. I can't just be like, I'm going to do the same thing every day. And then like, why isn't my life changing? That's not how it works. It requires some action, the King of Wands. And the Six of Cups and the Six of Pentacles, you could have some help. Ace of Cups, you could have some nice help from somebody from your past, friends. You might have a really lovely circle of friends or something like that are helping you. And that does feel good. This is the new beginning. This is the new opportunity, the Fool and the Ace of Cups. The biggest thing that this requires, I'm going to say this, some of you need to stand up for yourself a little bit more, with a little more, okay? A little bit more confidence, a little bit more direction. This is my direction. This is what I am doing. And some of you may immediately recoil from that and feel like, well, I'm just like, barging in, or I'm kind of throwing elbows. I don't see that. I just feel like standing up for yourself is part of this healing process. So the Seven of Wands and the Eight of Cups. Now, it is going to change things, and that might be why you never said that or never did anything before. If you were in a relationship that was primarily driven by somebody else's needs, desires, success, whatever it was, now it's your turn. And you cannot be the accommodating, supportive, sacrificing. What did I just say about something about sacrificing yourself in order for this person's happiness anymore? Because now it's your turn to have some success and happiness. This could be a parent. This could be a lover. This could be a best friend. This could be, an intimate partner. But whatever it is, it's like you kind of have to sacrifice a little bit of comfort here in order to get on the new path. And that is definitely looking at things differently, looking at opportunities differently, and saying yes when this arises. The reason you might not have said yes to this is because you were either afraid of upsetting the apple cart, afraid of having to assert yourself, I mean, this is here to help you do that. You might keep getting opportunities to assert yourself, and you've been shying away from them. And I don't think you can anymore. I think this has come to a place where the risk is I'm going to move away from something that has been very stable for me for a long time. But I have community. I have people around me that are going to help me. Ace of Cups and the King of Wands, you're going in the right direction. So if you have been thinking of making a change, and it's going to require you to tell your mom that you're moving across country, it's going to require you to break up with a significant other because all the oxygen in the room is getting taken up by their needs. Where you start is by saying, this is what I need. And if you can't come to some accommodation, sometimes you have to say, look, this is what I'm going to do. Can't shy away from that. And that's what keeps coming around and around and around. You might have had 4 or 5 opportunities to jump off on this new path. So let's see where the new path goes. Okay. This is a very beautiful healing kind of energy, very beautiful balancing. I feel really good for you that you can get in. If you're not right now, you can get into this place of stability internally that will allow you to stand up, create boundaries for yourself, and move on down the road. Okay. All right, let's see where this goes. All right, I want to see about this new opportunity. The link is below. Earth signs definitely represented here. Fire signs, Leo especially, Libra, Aquarius. All right, take a little bit of look at that too. All right, link is below if you want to continue on. I'll see you over there. All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.